This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Mark Tibbs.
Good to see you, Oscar.
Good to see you, mate. Misfits. So you just said to me then, it's a bit of a crazy world, but you've been in it for a little bit of time now. How do you sum up this crazy Misfits world?
Well, do you know what? To be fair, you know, I developed a relationship with Elle Brooke, my fighter, a working relationship, and her management team, and she's a good athlete to work with, very tough. She wants to learn, and it's all I can ask for in her as a you know a campaigning fighter. That's all I can ask for. So she gives me what I ask for, and she delivers. She actually delivers, and she's coming on wonders, I think. And Saturday night here in Newcastle, she's got a real bare knuckle fighting girl, feisty girl, very feisty, and so it's going to be interesting. She's built exactly the same like Elle, got big legs, and you know, got a bit of power, speed she's got, but. Got every bit of faith that Elle can do the business. Yeah.
I know for you as a trainer, obviously, this will be different to the professional boxing world that you've been used to, and you and Jimmy have excelled in for so many years. Have you found that there's a few people in the scene that you've come across who perhaps aren't aware of your boxing journey? Like, I've been told a story by Elle that I think you was in America, and someone said to you, "What do you know about real boxing?" Not realising that you've had world champions.
Well,
and this isn't your bread and butter. So have you found that there's a lot of people that aren't quite aware of kind of you, Jimmy, and the team?
Well, to be fair, I embrace that reaction, because that's a little win for me, because they're letting their guard down, you know, and I love to hear things like that. So nothing like that bothers or surprises me.
I know they were talking about the prospect of Elle becoming a misfit superstar, but her second headline now. Are we looking at someone who can really be like not just the female face, but the actual face of this whole organisation? Do you think?
It's an exciting thought for sure. Yeah, I'll be very, very proud of her if she gets to that stage, and she's certainly on her way. Yeah.
I know she spars with professionals. I know she trains alongside the professionals. But what are the little differences that you've got when training her in comparison to training professionals that you've had walk through the gym doors? Because I guess it can't all be the same, even if they are training alongside each other.
No, the difference is the pedigree. You know, it's well, limited or no pedigree. So that is the difference. But she's been in and around professionals all the time. She soaks it all up. And in this camp last night, we had a little tap out in the hotel, and I really did notice a self-belief now. Self-belief. Because, you know, she could look the part and act the part, but there was that self-belief missing in her eyes, which a fighter would pick up on. But she's doing it more, therefore she's getting more experience, and it's showing. Yeah, it's showing. And professionals wouldn't probably read that now as they did, you know, in the beginning.
So that's a recent thing. It's only recently that she's perhaps started to believe that she is as good as she's shown us.
Well, for sure, because you know, going through pain barriers, and when she got beat in Dublin against Julie Pucker, the Brazilian girl, it was I said to her and her manager at the beginning that you know, it's all right going in at this weight, a 63 kilo competition, but the longer it goes on, the harder it's going to get, because, you know, the size. She's a 56 kilo girl. Anyway, but in that, going back to that fight in Dublin when she got beat, getting her out of the dressing room, it was a task. You know, it was a task, and getting over she got knocked down in the first round, and to get her out and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 rounds was a feat. But she did it. So imagine doing that, and she had a moment. She cracked Julie, and she cracked her and rocked her to her boots, and but she just didn't have that experience to recognise the damage she did. But since that fight, we've been to America, we've been to Poland, we've been all around bloody Europe, Mallorca, Well, no matter where we go, we find a gym and we train and we box, and she's picking up lots of experience doing that, and she's looking like she's been doing it for years. So, yeah, fingers crossed she does the busy Saturday.
I've got a good feeling. I've got a good feeling we're in for a great performance from Elle. I want to talk about someone else who has had a bit of a disappointing week, Mr. Johnny Fisher. Real shame. Out of his control, the changing of the dates, and it was meant to be Catchall Progray's original date, moved about a bit, Copper Box, then Sheffield. But then the injury, just a real disappointment, really.
It was a disappointment. It was the fight was a bonus through his hard work and performance over Alan Babbage. So I think we got that news days later. That was a brilliant news for us, the camp, you know, all of us, and for Johnny's fans too. So it was a kick in the backside, so to speak. So, but you know, it is what it is, and I feel it's a blessing. I feel it's a blessing because, you know, it is what it is. It's, you know, we could have forced it and gone on and tore it even bigger, but he's got a little niggle, so we eased up, and we'll go again a couple of months' time. Yeah.
What do you make of the talk, and albeit only talk, of the rumours surrounding a potential fight between him and Mr. Derek Chisora, a man that you know quite well?
Oh, that would be a brilliant humdinger of a fight for sure, and great fight that would be if that was to come off. Brilliant fight.
Is it a realistic fight, do you think? I know Johnny's getting that kind of big main event profile feel now.
Yeah.
But obviously Derek is like a main staple of British boxing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not sure if Derek is he'd be looking at, you know, bigger fights. I'm sure he is. But listen, while he's looking and we're getting experience, who knows early next year what comes. So yeah, that'd be a great fight for Johnny for sure. Yeah.
I'll call that one for the people's world title. That one. Next week, Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. What's your thoughts going into that one?
Smashing fight, a terrific fight. The more and more I think about it, and you know, the more and more I make it a 50-50. AJ obviously got the wealth of experience and double world champion and been everywhere, Olympic gold medalist, etc. So obviously he's the favourite. But Daniel's certainly got weapons of mass destruction, and he's got to land them first, fast and hard though. So defence is a little leaky on both of them, and vulnerable. But you know, it's going to be a great fight. Can't wait for that. Absolutely. 21st, isn't it? 21st.
Yeah. Next Saturday.
Brilliant.
Massive night at Wembley. If you was in Don Charles's shoes, what sort of game plan would you be preparing for Daniel?
Well, I've got my thoughts, what I'd like to see, because I've had Johnny spar with Daniel on a number of occasions, and I've been around Daniel for a long while in the Peacock Gym, where he spent many years with Martin and Tony Bowles, and I've done a bit with him myself, and there's a defence technique which I'd love to show him, and it's very simple, but it's not my business.
That's a gentleman's answer.
Yeah,
that's the gentleman's answer.
It's not my business.
But you could see a way, as a coach, that you could make Daniel have a high percentage of winning that fight.
Listen, Daniel has got a puncher's chance, yeah. But listen, the less he gets touched and the quicker he gets off, he's got more chance to win.
So he can't have a slow start, you're saying?
Well, they're going to be a bit cagey, the pair of them. I feel they're going to be a bit cagey, but they've got to both do what they do best, and it's very simple. It's very simple. But what they've got to do better is their defence has got to be a little bit smarter. Yeah.
Mate, what a cracking fight. Can't wait to see how that one plays out. Another one that I wanted to get your thoughts on finally.
All British heavyweight.
Does it get any better than that? All British heavyweight fight.
And in England, in the UK, Wembley Stadium.
Attendance record.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Full house.
Full house, there you go. Carl Froch won't be happy with that one. Chris Eubank Jr., I know he's fighting on one of the Riyadh season cards in what I guess we could say is a little bit of a comeback fight.
Who's this, sorry?
Chris Eubank Jr.
Sorry, yeah.
But I know there's talk sort of heating up of a potential rematch, long-awaited rematch really, between him and Billy Joe Saunders. Is that still a fight as a boxing man that gets your blood pumping?
I think it certainly gets, the British public for sure. It's a needle fight, isn't it? Billy Joe is fantastic at winding people up. And
is that something that you know about?
Yeah. and Chris Eubank Jr. is a little inactive. I think he's always been inactive, isn't he? He's not been as active as boxing fans would like him. But it'd be a great fight if that was to come off for sure. Great rematch, and something the British public would certainly buy into for sure.